It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Tell them Canada Dry.
Well, it's Wednesday night, and I think I know what that means. I think it means it's Dynamite After Dark.
Hit it!
Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my occupation. Tell me what's my race. Tell me is it with inflation. Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my race. Tell me all my sexual distaste. Tell me what you need. Tell me how you feel. And tell me all your information. I wanna know.
We're clear for takeoff.
That's all systems go. We need that AFW logo up. Stat.
You're watching the AFW Network.
Yeah, kaboom. Whoop. Yeah, whatever. Thumbs up, whatever. There we go. Kaboom. It is Wednesday night. And I'm hoping you're wondering why the JFB sounds a little hoarse. Got a cold that will not disappear. But that's all right. I digress. I am the JFB. I am James, and I am from Boston.
And this episode of Dynamite After Dark is not brought to you by Big Ginger Ale. No, it's not. I know you're watching Big Ginger Ale, but look what I'm drinking. Dr. Pepper.
They're not a
23
sponsor either.
flavors.
Not a sponsor.
No.
They're not a sponsor, but I'm sticking it to Big Ginger Ale right now. Bob McNasty is in the house.
I was wondering when he was going to show up.
He's in the house.
There we
Nice,
go.
Will.
Todd McNasty. That's the McNasty we know. You have an expert, Mr. Isaacs. How you doing, brother?
Hello, good evening, everybody. The voice of Saturdays here, right here on the AFW Network. The F1 expert, Mr. Isaacs, and for the ailing Lord Ryan Rich once again.
Yeah.
Get well, sir.
Yeah, no kidding, man. I'm coming to Indianapolis with one of those drills and some leeches. We're gonna get rid of that crap for you. No
We're
problem
gonna have
at
to get
all.
that boy some vitamin C or something, man.
Yeah, get some vitamin D, man. Go outside, absorb the sun. Whatever. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I didn't even play one on TV. Who's this guy down below?
What's up, guys? It's Commissioner Joe. I'm just here to talk wrestling. I'm not doing no. I ain't got no bit. It's
You ain't no bit.
no.
That's his gimmick. I
go
mean,
on.
let's face facts. He had better openers when he was with the Deadly Saints. Now that he's vamoosed, guy can't cut a
Remember,
promo.
it's me. It's your EVP. Come on.
I'm not the EVP. I'm the commissioner. It just doesn't have the same ring.
You are still the EVP of
I am.
AEW.
Yes,
The Kabish.
I want to be honest. Like,
EVP sounds better than commish. Because come on.
It does.
Yeah, but that was a show. Michael Chiklis. I am the commission. From Boston, by the way. So, anyways, how are we all doing tonight, gentlemen? Guys ready to talk some wrestling?
So
absolutely.
before we get into it,
Yeah.
I'm trying to put this show together for Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Don't need to put any pressure on the air, but we gotta know. Is this show gonna happen?
I will jump on. I can't host it, but I'll jump on and I'll give you my thoughts.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm going to be available yet or not.
I mean, I realize it starts at 8:00 my time, not 5 when we were talking about it.
Oh,
You're good to go.
That's 8:00 EST, so I should be fine.
okay.
I might miss the beginning of it, but I'll I'll be there for the fixed main event. So
Oh, you fixed main event? Interesting.
Do you want me to give you my prediction?
This is tantamount to celebrity boxing. Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what was told to me a long time ago by someone, and that is, life is a work. Not a shoot. It's a work. When a New York or LA team shows up in a championship game, it's a work.
When they both show up, oh God, it's horrible.
Yeah. We'll talk about wrestling in a little bit. Let's talk about, as we enter into Bridgeport, Connecticut. Play this one more time because it's going to play in very important later.
Somebody pulled a Hogan.
Bridgeport.
At the Silver Dome.
Yeah, not Stanford. Bridgeport. Not the home of WWE. Bridgeport. We aren't open with it.
We got a lot of bridges or something there. Is that like a Bridgeport?
No, it was named after William Bridgeport. It was an oil tycoon. He was a seaman. No, he worked on the sea, and he was a guy.
Is there a lot of oil in Connecticut, JFP?
I don't know. I don't like Connecticut. Let me tell you a story about why I don't like Connecticut.
They're rich and stuck up.
This is back way back in the day when the JFB still lived in Boston instead of Tennessee. I'm driving really fast. I had a radar detector.
This is why we don't like Connecticut.
I get pulled over by a state trooper in Connecticut. I take it off. I throw it in my glove compartment. Guy comes up, knocks on the window, says, you know how fast you're going? I said, no, honestly, I have no idea. He goes, well, I know how fast you're going. He showed me his gun. And I'm like, 85 and a 55? Really? I was going that fast? This car doesn't even have that number on the speedometer. So he's like, yeah, so I'm going to write you a ticket for that. I'm going to write you a ticket because I didn't have a copy of my insurance. I had insurance, but I didn't have a copy of it. And then I'm going to also give you a ticket for the radar detector, which I then proceed to argue with him, which was not the smartest move in the book because he was going to call backup.
Oh, jeez.
Needless to say, state of Connecticut got almost $1,000 from me. Yeah.
That was very generous of you.
Yeah. Do you know why everybody lives in a mansion in Connecticut? That's why.
That's it. That's why.
Has paid somebody's utility bill.
That went right to Vince and Linda McMahon's bank account.
It's a check with the letters JFB on it. Like, oh,
I don't know who this guy is, but guess what?
Linda, we got another one. Damn it!
You should have drove up there with $1,000 in pennies.
I was tempted to do it, but no. I just
you should have went to Vince McMahon's house and knocked on the door, and you should have said, "There's nothing wrong with two gentlemen eating a brownie, is there? Nothing wrong with two gentlemen eating two brownies, is there?"
The old Chris Jericho story for anybody that doesn't know.
God bless America.
That just for context there.
Yeah.
Aaron is Canada Dry is making a reference to when Jericho flew out to meet Vince McMahon.
Yep.
And he was still under contract by WCW.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, we're just sharing a brownie. Nothing wrong with sharing a brownie, but there's no contract tampering here. We're just eating brownies together, right?
Only Jericho, and just the way he tells the story, he makes it seem like it's just nothing. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You're breaking a law. We start.
Well, you gotta wonder though. Jericho must have been like this brownies at this billionaire's house. Like it's just been like it was a young kid still.
Oh, I heard they served brownies, chocolate chip cookies, and mac and cheese. Like that was the menu. You think I'm kidding, but rich people have an obsession with fast food.
Well, they said that Donald Trump eats KFC and McDonald's every day.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean that's no joke. They said he literally does.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
Rich people have a fascination with fast food. I don't
Apparently
know.
it's Diet Coke though, so it's good. It's okay.
Yeah, he likes Diet Coke. Yeah.
Diet Coke is disgusting.
Yeah, I don't like Diet Coke. I like Coke Zero. I don't like Diet Coke.
Yeah, I like Coke Zero, but Uber thinks Coke Zero and Diet Coke is the same thing. It's not.
Don't you hate it when you go to a restaurant and you actually want a zero and they're like, is the Diet Coke okay? No! Is Monopoly money okay?
Here's the thing, though. Diet Coke from a fountain tastes fine. It's pretty much in sync with Coke Zero. But if you drink it from a bottle, it just tastes like flat, expired Coke Zero.
Yeah,
That's
it tastes
what
like
tastes
Pepsi.
Or imagine a Coke Zero warm. How horrible that is.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
I have friends who drink warm.
I don't drink any diet sodas. Like I can't stand the taste of fake sugar. Like the aspartame is god awful.
Yeah,
So it's an acquired taste. And then when you try to go back the other way again, you're like, this high fructose corn syrup tastes like shit.
Yeah. Well, I don't have to worry about that. It's either diet or zero for me because got to beat us.
There
we go. We got Paige. We got Cage. Not in a cage, but they are in a tag team match against Switchblade and Juice Robinson. Let's cover my notes. Christian gives way to Heyman, which I thought was very gentlemanly. Yeah, it's very good. You go first, good sir. Get thy ass kicked. Pretty methodical match. I was really surprised. I felt like
Oh, did I say a lot? I said
Yeah, I think she was like, she's just like when you're saying
I don't know. A's and O's are the same to everybody in Tennessee. Oh, I'm just kidding. I live in Tennessee, but I can attest. Not really that far.
Yeah, but you're a Yankee transplant, though.
That is true.
You're not a true Southerner.
No.
So
you know what, JFB?
Huh?
You're the only 10 I see.
Oh,
crazy.
Yeah.
Take this bromance somewhere else. Get out of here.
Joe's like, for God's
yeah,
sake.
well, if I said to you, you'd be all over it, wouldn't you, huh? You little slut.
Joe's like, guys, this is getting too uncomfortable for me. Let's get back to talking about men play fighting.
Somebody from the Ruthless and Rich would say, or the Rich or Ruthless, or whatever the hell your damn name is. Nobody
in actuality, Mr. Isaac actually took one of those pipes you see in the back, and he took it to Ryan Rich's knee, and that's why he's here today.
Yeah. I Nancy Kerrigan is his ass. Is what I did. And he's sitting there holding his knee, and he's going,
You could pull a Peter Griffin.
He's gonna call the bitch from HR, Helen, at the AFW studios, and he's just gonna, when she answers the phone, he's just gonna go,
that should be a gimmick in wrestling.
Oh God, that would be so awesome.
That's what they should do with JD Drake.
That would be hilarious. Talk about going over is just the guy comes out from the back almost nearly dead.
Yeah.
I like it.
What's the guy's name who did the deed?
Yeah.
Something Galooly?
Yeah, Jeff
yeah,
Galooly.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Galooly.
Jeff Galooly, yeah, that's right.
We made a sex
Jeff
tape
Galooly,
with what's her face? Tanya Harding.
Tanya Harding's boyfriend at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they made a sex tape eventually.
Yeah, wasn't really that good.
We couldn't even give this thing away.
They couldn't. They made like an eighth of what they were asking for.
Stay tuned.
If they made it today, they would return it and not release it on the internet.
Yeah.
Tiffany has a request from you, Jeffy.
Huh?
Tiffany has a request for you.
Okay.
She wants you to mute your microphone.
She must be a Tanya Harding fan. Are you a Tanya Harding fan, Tiffany?
Like, why would you want to mute this?
I made about Tennessee.
Why would she want to mute this goddess of the goddess?
I'll take it.
Hey, he's wearing a pink shirt.
Goddess of the microphone.
Right?
Look at this. I'm a glow.
You can start like this goddess love cult. Well, you dress in drag, and
Could be on one of those Netflix documentaries eventually.
We need to get one of our interns to clip some of this show just out of context and post it on wherever. Because
Okay, I just want you to consider the source before you get all puffed up here, JFB.
Yeah.
Caleb says you're the god.
I mean,
Uh,
I'm not going to neither confirm nor deny.
The god. Not just any god, the god.
Yeah. I mean, I go by many names.
I think Caleb's joined your cult.
JFB, the God.
Yep.
In the immortal words of Mick Foley, he forgot a letter, but JFB sure is good.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Man,
I don't think this cult will work for you, JFB.
I don't know. I think it will.
He's like, don't shut down my cult.
They'll all take
Already
special vitamins.
transcended at this point.
I mean, you are in Tennessee, so you know.
Well, I will consider allowing this cult to happen if there's a deli involved.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, if you do the deli, get the workers, get things going, we can go there for a nice meal all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll call it the Pink and Black Deli.
There you go.
Mm.
You know,
I like
it, Brad.
Can have some
Well,
old
Bret
smoky
Hart's
moonshine.
That sounds the pink and black, like it's a double meaning. Obviously, Bret Hart, but like every deli meat is like pink and then black.
Yeah,
on
see?
the outside, so.
Well, I don't want my meat being black. I don't know about that.
No, the outside, the
worse.
crust. It's the crust.
Oh,
The
right.
seafood
Yes,
is always
yes.
black.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
So this was a
Bit of that
methodical
pumpernickel bread.
match. Oh, yeah. Or some rye. Yeah. Or the swirl one. Yeah. Whew.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, shenanigans from Nick
Wrestling.
Wayne. Hook shows up. Kip Sabian just looks on. Hangman keeps selling the leg gimmick. I like it, but I mean, it's a little over exaggerated than what it currently is right now. Like, it's getting worse and worse as the weeks are going by. I'm like, you know what? Make it a little less acting, a little bit more natural, because people don't walk like people don't limp like that.
Honestly, at this point, I'm half expecting Hangman to roll out to the ring like Kevin Nash in the wheelchair with the fake cast.
Oh God,
Oh.
God, I hope that's not the case.
It's not. I'm pretty sure they're not going in this direction.
Yeah, so I mean, let's go with Canada Dry.
This match was great. The one thing I'll have to say, someone's got to get some Juice Robinson some long tights, just some long tights that don't look like diapers. Juice Robinson's tights look like diapers. He's got to have some long, not loose.
So he looks like Deuce instead of Juice, right? Deuce Robinson.
Juice Robinson. There we go. Yeah, like these tights need to go. But yeah, this was a good match, and I like how it played out. It was hard to predict who was going to win, but as soon as I saw Deuce Robinson in the ring, I knew that he was in the last there. Like he's done. Yeah, so I knew he was taking the pin.
Yep. Effing expert.
Full disclosure here. Aaron asked me to be on this program in the middle of this match, and so I only half paid attention to it. I'm just being totally honest here. But from what I remember of it, it was a solid match, and yeah, that's about all I have to say about it.
Okay, Joe.
First thing I want to say is AEW needs to never come back to the state of Connecticut ever again. This crowd sucked.
Oh, this crowd was horrible.
They weren't very good.
Until the Bridgeport shenanigans, it was the worst crowd I've ever seen.
But with that said, this match was good. I liked it. I wasn't fully paying attention. I was doing something else, and I look over and I just see Nick Wayne being drug over by Hook, like into the back, and like it's like no one cared, no one paid. It's like he just disappeared out of thin air, and no one cares.
That was cool. Yeah, that was a cool moment.
And then Kip Sabian whacking Juice on the head with that clipboard. That sound was, I like that sound because it's just.
You see how dented that clipboard is now?
I know. I love it. It's like that's what it should be. As much as it's been used, that thing shouldn't be in pristine shape.
Yeah. You
It
should
should
not
be
have
like the Money in
multiple.
the Bank, where it's like it has noticeable lumps in it by the time it gets cashed in.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to Renee. She's in the back. Good Lord. It's Mercedes Monet. Camille looks, well, I think Camille looks like she normally would look, dumbfounded. She just looked like she was frazzled. Regales about her beating Statlander last week. And then here comes Statlander. She punches Camille. She goes after Monet. Monet rounds the corner. Monet comes out swinging. They get into this, and then all of a sudden, Camille comes in, and then Statlander spears him through a wall. That's how we left that segment. Canada Dry.
You know, I wonder how long they can keep Camille. Like, they're really doing up this lackey thing. Like, she wasn't too far from blower before, but now she's like way down.
Yeah.
So the breakup has got to be coming. But,
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, could Camille cost Monet the championship?
That would be the way to get it off of her. Yeah.
And then you have a built-in feud ready for Camille.
Yeah.
And Monet. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what happens. Like, the thing I'm noticing that everyone on the show has a role. Like, it's all connected. There's no like loose ends.
No, not at all.
So
There's a connection and a reason for everything now.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's because Jimmy Jacobs is not there.
yeah, like John Moxley,
It's all because Jimmy Jacobs isn't there anymore.
John Moxley, he didn't say Jimmy Jacobs, but you want to fill in the line.
Yeah.
Because I guess there was someone who said, if you are at the bottom of the card, you don't really matter, and that just made John furious.
Yeah.
Like, how are you supposed to not be at the bottom? There has to be a way to climb out of it.
Yeah.
Well, not just that. If there's no bottom of the card, then there's no top of the card.
There you go.
Yeah, the bottom has to matter.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what she said.
Oh.
Only because she's a power bottom.
Bang.
You bring the steak, I bring the sizzle.
Can I just say, I love how the only person selling the car accident from last week was Camille, whose arm was in a sling.
Attempted vehicular homicide, and they don't even really like seriously address it other than just a little minor scuffle.
No reason to.
As it should be. We should be like getting the law involved, right? No. We'll just let bygones be bygones and move
There you
on.
go. I like it. Have an expert.
Yeah, this was a very awkward segment.
Yeah.
It's very awkward, but I don't really have a problem with it. It helps build the story. They're building up, obviously, the Camille Monet turn here. Monet's gonna like drop dollar bills in the ring and like force Camille to bend over and pick it up. That kind of shit's gonna happen. It's a $1 Million Man Virgil reference for anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I would say she should make her the modern day $1 million woman.
That's what they're doing here. It's Virgil Ted DiBiase, and she probably will end up costing Monet the championship.
I don't think this relationship with Monet and her can last too long if they're pushing it this far already.
Now, I mean, is it going to be intentional or accidental?
I think at first it'll be accidental, but then she'll like snap on Camille, and then Camille will snap on her, and then that'll be it.
All right. Joe.
Yeah, I said the thing that I found most was that Camille was selling the car accident the most from last week. It was pretty funny. But yeah, like I'm looking forward to the implosion because I think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It'll be good to see Camille not be someone's lackey.
Yeah, then we can truly see how bad of a wrestler she truly is.
Find out.
Fantastic.
Yeah, they're saying, wait, this Markova thing, where's that? Where's that match?
I'm sorry. Why did we sign her to like a 2-year contract? Oh, good Lord. Now we're stuck with her for 2 years.
Because she's like 8 feet tall. That's why.
Good Lord.
Yeah, you
Anyway.
can teach wrestling. You can't teach height.
Exactly.
Nope.
Look at Big Bill.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There you
Can't
go.
teach that.
She is a tall lady. I mean,
Yeah.
she's like 6 foot tall.
Yeah. She's got some height to her.
Yeah.
So and she's taller than the JFB. I'm not shrimp. I'm 5'10", 5'10 and a half, but you know.
I'm 5'6". I'm short as fuck.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Tap
Oh,
Ash on
that's
the
short.
top of my head.
I'm 6'1", so
Speaking of the Statlander thing here, it's also kind of like that's how the Jimmy Jacobs, when he fought fired.
Yeah.
There's also it influenced Statlander with what's his name, Stoke Hathaway.
Yeah.
So that just ended. So pretty much Mark said that everything is like a reboot.
Oh yeah. Which is good. I mean, to be totally honest with you, AEW needs the reboot.
I absolutely agree. Yeah. They
Like-
they were just trending down. Like they need to shift course a little bit.
And Full Gear will be the full reset. I mean, that's what they honestly need to call it. They needed to call it Full Gear. They needed to call
Full
it
reset.
I'm curious why they aren't showing this new. Why are they not showing the championship? That's what I want to know.
I guess they don't want to have Moxley bring it out of the crowd for just purposes of getting into a fight. I don't know.
There has to be a different looking championship at some point, I think.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I think part of it is just they're really pressing that the title is what represents the company, and right now it's being held hostage. And what's typical of hostages? You don't see it. So,
I mean, if they were really smart, they start showing pictures on Instagram or on Facebook of like the belt with like a gag around it, and it's holding a newspaper, and the paper is today's date,
proof of life.
like a cigarette or something. Just saying.
Valid for one AEW World Championship. Suck on that, loser.
AEW Championship title belt is being held hostage in a North Korean prison.
It's gonna be Kane next.
They said they're not going to release it to anybody until Muhammad Ali brings New Japan back.
Now, I said this on Sunday that I think that inside that case, it would be really cool if it was AEW's version of the Winged Eagle belt and beat WWE to the punch.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
That would be so epic, though. It would be like
Now here's the thing: the guy who's building the belts for AEW is Dave Milliken. Dave Milliken is one of the greatest belt makers of all time. He's making belts. If I'm not mistaken, WWE does not own the rights to the design. They own the rights to the belt, but the actual design they don't own the rights to.
Well,
Are
yeah,
you
you
sure
just make
about
a
that?
couple
'Cause they
little
use it
changes
in,
and you get your own version anyways.
They use it
Yeah,
in
because
merchandise and
You
replicas.
can go
and all
on
that.
Dave Milliken's website and get an exact replica of the Winged Eagle for about 25 to 30% less than what WWE sells it for.
Do you think maybe they share it or something?
Nope.
Like they split the.
I was watching a documentary and he said that he owns the registered designs. They own the trademark or something like that. Like
Oh,
it's,
so they must have a deal where he can use their trademark and sell it.
I don't know.
He's still got the WWF logo on there, right?
He
Because I mean,
just,
it's on all the video games. It's on all the toys.
yeah, he gets residuals for all that.
Wow.
Yeah, he owns the design, but the actual physical belt itself is owned by WWE. It's really weird. It's molds and intrigue, espionage. I don't know. I don't want to do it.
You know who's behind this?
The government.
No, Big Ginger Ale.
Yeah, Big Ginger Ale. Let me tell you something. I'm watching. So in the 90s, I was a huge X-Files fan. So big that I had a girl actually break up with me because I refused to do anything on the night that the X-Files was on. And it was usually either Friday, Saturday. And she was like, no, this is ridiculous. She's like, you can record it. And I'm like, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Oh, if only JFB then knew what JFB now knows.
Smart move.
PBR.
High five. Good move there, buddy, because you went in the Met, the girl of your dreams, Jessica.
There
I
you go.
digress.
And
Anyway,
Jessica is the same Jessica from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Same girl.
Yeah.
it's
And,
brilliant.
and technically, JP is really just Morty growing up.
Gosh. Anyways,
We're
so
half hour in and we've talked one match.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
I'm rewatching the X-Files, but I'm only watching the government conspiracy alien abduction stories. I'm not
Ooh.
watching the Monster of the Week. I'm just watching the conspiracy stuff. Oh my God. I don't know if it's because I've taken quite a few vitamins in the last few days, but
It's probably that.
the government, man, the government within the government blew my mind's blown. So anyways, but I digress.
The shadow government.
So JFB believes in the deep state, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, you know that after I mean, this is real. This isn't just some conspiracy stuff. Like after 9/11, they put together that shadow government
Yeah.
and never told anybody who it was.
Yeah.
So in case there was something catastrophic happen, there was already something in place.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Commissioner Joe, you
Yes.
notice these two who both believe in conspiracy theories?
That's not a. That's actually on the
You
news.
notice
That was
they
reported.
they both don't have any hair. The government comes after you for that shit. That's what I'm saying. You think you think they would have a nice full head of hair if they didn't attack Big Ginger Ale?
I have a lifelong fear that I still carry to this day. That is that I will never carry a penny in my pocket. If I have a penny in my pocket at the end of the day, either goes into a jar or I throw it away. Because that's how the government tracks you.
I have a great solution for you, Mr. Conspiracy. Come to Canada because we don't have any pennies. They've been eliminated.
Okay. I mean, let's be honest.
Why are you what did the penny ever do to you?
Are you kidding me? The penny just sits in my pocket and I can't even do anything with it. Stay saving up for a gumball? What?
Here's what I want to know.
Gumball costs a penny. You're talking.
No, you got to save up.
I want to know what conspiracies Canada has. Are there Canadian government conspiracies?
I will just tell you this, my friend. Today, I saw maple syrup in a can.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dogs
serious.
and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Yeah. And it said authentic. So this
That's
is no
insane.
cheap.
Sacrilege.
This is no cheap maple syrup when they're saying authentic.
Wow. In a can. Wow.
Well, I'm just wondering, like would you hit the little triangle thing like condensed milk, or would you just open it all the way up and pour it in something else?
Ooh, no, because you got to be able to stop that thing up. You get one of those oil can things that puncture the can and then just pour it out of the nozzle.
But I have the feel with the oil can thing is you're always going to taste that petroleum.
It's like you're filling up your lawnmower, but instead you're like putting syrup on your pancakes.
So okay.
You got to go to the garage to put your syrup on.
I did not grow up very well off. And so things like powdered potatoes would often come into my house. And I remember the first time I had a real potato. I was like 13 years old, maybe 14. And my neighbors across the street were having a Friendsgiving. And it came up, I got over there and they plopped this like white fluffy stuff on my plate. I'm like, looked at my dad, I'm like, what is this? He goes, it's mashed potatoes. And I'm like, oh, wow. Like they can be fluffy. He's like, shut up and eat the potatoes. I said, all right. So I'm eating the potatoes. And the lady goes, and I ate like 3 scoops and I put my fork down and just kind of made this face. And the lady asked me what the problem was. And I said, I don't know. They just taste weird. What's in them? She's like, it's just potatoes. We have fixings on the, so I didn't add anything. It's just potatoes. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. It just tastes weird.
Wait, so your neighbor didn't put any butter or milk or any?
Nope. She had a potato fixins bar.
You had to do it yourself.
That way
No,
you can
if
like
you're
double
mashing
up on bacon and
You
shit.
don't mash potatoes without a minimum butter, salt.
Yeah,
and
you need.
some,
Yeah, you do. It's
like
true.
milk.
You
or
want
cream
to.
or something.
Yeah, you want
We're
to decide
from
for
the north.
Yeah.
We were
I
infested
don't
by
care.
England.
But let me just tell you something here about right here on the AFW network. You're not going to find this on another channel. You're not going to
No.
find out the potato origins for JFB.
No.
This is right here. Say
Right
Jay.
here on the AFW network. Now, JFB, was said friend at Friendsgiving, were they Irish? Did they bring authentic potatoes over from the motherland? Is that what this was?
No, they were Idaho russet. Like, what do you get? The whatever.
Oh, okay.
I feel like this is like one of those weird families that they answer the phone by saying "Praise the Lord."
Oh,
No, it was so funny. The father used to be in the church, in the Catholic Church, as a deacon or something, and he left. And it was a scandal at the church. And
No, so just let me ask you something. Did he touch you?
no.
Okay, because there's a lawsuit you can get a lot of money for.
Oh no, trust me. I've gone through regression therapy.
Just
to find out
hoping
maybe I
to find some weird dark room in the back of your mind that something happened.
Let's hope it doesn't unleash the hellions.
You know, when I worked at the fish food factory, I would drop things right in front of my boss because he was gay and he was eyeing me up. So I just drop things. So I pick up my phone or something in front of him, and he didn't slap my ass like I hoped, because I was hoping that I would be on easy street on a sexual.
yeah.
harassment.
There's nothing wrong with exploiting that. Like there was a really nice gay gentleman that worked in our work cafeteria for a while, and he used to give me like extra freebies with my food. And like I was just, I was always hoping he was going to be the guy to serve me my food, because he would always give me extra shit.
That's like, you actually got to feel like a hot girl.
Yeah. I was like, man, this is cool. Like,
Yeah.
Should I unbutton my shirt more? Can I get some extra? Like, I mean, it was cool to me. I loved it.
Yeah, you're living on a different level that most guys don't get to,
Yeah. Most guys don't get to achieve that. Like, there aren't a lot of like women that are like, okay, honey, here's an extra scoop. Like, you just don't get that shit very often. Joe, do you ever get that treatment? Do you go somewhere and they give you an extra scoop of mashed potatoes and the woman looks at you and gives you a wink?
I mean, not recently, no. I mean, I've been married for a long time, so even if I did, I probably just don't pay attention to it. I don't want to die. So
I'm gonna get Joe in trouble asking him this question. I should have asked one of you.
Preservation is what it is.
Now, when I was a youth pastor, I got the holy treatment.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to Tim Hortons, where there's this giant line, and because I've got connection to all these kids and these teenagers in the neighborhood, they're like, Pastor Aaron, here you go, here's your coffee, and I don't have to pay. They just bring it out to me, and I walk off, and everyone in the line is just looking at us like, what the hell is this?
and that's what you mean. You'd be like, see, it pays to do the Lord's work.
Oh yeah, I would go to Cold Stone Creamery, where one of my youth worked. I'd get ice cream. I would get cookies by George.
Oh wow.
Random girls cutting through my backyard. I'd ask for a Slurpee, and they brought it back to me.
Last night I'm
What kind of
watching.
church was this now?
This is the kind of church you want to go to.
I want to go to the church where women bring me Slurpees in the backyard.
Yeah.
Hello,
That's what I want.
that's what I want.
That just doesn't. First off, talk about church and Slurpees in the backyard shouldn't be going together in a sentence.
We're starting the church Slurpee of Todd McNasty. Church of the Slurpee.
I'm watching the X-Files last night with Jess, and I'm like, regular cops have to hate the FBI because they just walk everywhere, flash their badge. They can go anywhere. I bet you they get like rad discounts like at Taco Bell and stuff, right? Like, hey, 40% off. Here's 40 tacos for $1. And I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to find a really good replica, and I'm just going to go around town and I'm just going to see what happens. And she literally said to me, it's something you're only going to do once in your life. We might as well go for it.
But you have this built-in excuse, JV. Like, I'm just filming a movie. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do we leave off on?
Let's go to Shivani and Osprey. Brother looks good. Brother looks fat. He's piped, primed, and ready. The shenanigans. For some reason, Shivani says he still wants the international championship. I swore we transcended past this.
Yeah, Will did say I'm not interested in the belt right now. I'm interested in dealing with Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle
I may have missed that. He wants answers. He calls out Fletcher. Fletcher says he's not a coward like Osprey. Osprey took the screwdriver, threw it to the ground, and stuck the landing, went right into the mat, almost straight as an arrow. Very
Great
impressive.
visual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows where Osprey's house is. Fletcher claims Osprey would have done the same thing. Osprey lists his incredible resume of championships he's won and tournaments he's won and all this other jazz. He asks him what you've done. Not Aussie Open, not the United Empire, you. And he responds by saying, it's not what I've done, it's what I'm going to do. And then we have a match of Full Gear. We're not before Archer and Cage show up. Hobbs and Davis show up. We got shenanigans. We get the Joseph Graham shenanigans of the night, part 1. Shenanigans abound. Needless to say, it sets up for a very interesting Full Gear match. So we're going to get Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay Canada Dry. Let's talk segment.
See, before this kind of reboot happened, I would have think that Will Ospreay is going to get the win easy.
Yeah.
But with the way they're booking things, I'm thinking that Will Ospreay might be putting Kyle Fletcher over.
Yeah.
Because it seems like they're focusing on creating new stars and making everyone into stars.
Yeah.
And I think Will Ospreay can take a little bit of that 50-50 booking.
Yeah.
In this thing and get revenge later.
Okay.
So I'm into this. And I'm also into the fact that Cage is being set up with Hobbs. Lance Archer is being set up with Davis.
Yeah.
So everyone's got a connection.
Yeah. I like it. Let's talk to the F1 expert. He seems to know everything.
I just want to know when the four of us are going to get big black and Jack t-shirts and wear them on the same episode.
Man, I wouldn't wear that.
Hey, you know what? JFB will. I want to get a shirt. I want to get this shirt that I saw. It says, it's a picture of George Jefferson, and it just says honkies on the bottom. I think.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Jess is like, there is no way.
Yeah, I'd wear a honky shirt.
I do it. Jess is like, you're gonna ask for trouble. I'm like, okay.
Somebody's got to wear a big black and Jack shirt on this channel.
Well, I think that should be Shane, because he's got that big black
apparatus.
Yes, that he got for his birthday. So who's going to be more
There's a
Jack than
picture of him with a
that?
big black apparatus of some sort that he was given as a gift. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be next week. We're going to get an instruction.
I think we actually have a picture of that, don't we?
Oh, good Lord. Do we? I don't know if I want to see this.
The other picture is better that we saw today.
Yes,
Look at
this
it,
is
it's so
this is
much
one
better.
that's uploaded.
Guys, it's just a tire iron, okay?
Okay.
It's
Imagine he
jacked
kept
and-
that in his car and used it as a weapon.
You know, in the have either if I know some of you guys are gamers, have any of you played Saints Row?
Yeah.
So there's like a bunch of melee weapons you can get in it, and one of them is a gigantic purple dildo.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like a baseball bat, but it's a big dildo, and you beat people with it. So
America.
I want a race car game where I get to drive the penis.
where you drive the penis.
'Cause I'm going to go through that tunnel back and forth.
It'd be like a hidden character on Twisted Metal. Anyways, what we were talking about the Osprey and Fletcher thing, right? Until we got off on dildos and
I don't know how that happens. It's
gigantic black
crazy.
fake dildos. Yeah,
I was Black and Jack t-shirt.
Yeah, that's what took us down.
It devolved into what we
So
could.
technically, it was you who started us on this trail, Mr. Isaac.
Yeah, this was a good segment. I hadn't thought about Fletcher winning. I don't think he's going to, though. I think this is a stepping stone for Osprey to get back trying to get that title again. That's what I think. But man, Kyle Fletcher, he looks like a totally different guy now. And he's got this charisma about him. Still kind of gives me that Berlin vibe a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of I'm not going to say the word, but a little skinheadish.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he reminds me of a little bit.
Well, Jared's coming back, so.
Yeah. But, I thought this was a good segment. I'm looking forward to seeing these various showdowns that they've teased here. And, looking forward to it.
Joe.
First off, I didn't realize how big Kyle Fletcher is.
Oh, yeah.
It's like he towers over Will, which is
Like
I didn't think that was happening. Like I've never seen them face to face. Usually they're next to each other, and there's a depth issue. But I didn't think this was one of Kyle's betters.
Yeah.
Promos. He's done better. I kind of just like he just went the generic route with it. I'm like, this doesn't interest me.
Okay.
I'm going to be interested in the match.
Yeah.
But and then, oh god, I lost track of what I had. One more point I wanted to make. Oh yeah, about winning. I think honestly, Will needs to win this. He's taken so many big time L's this year, and it hasn't hurt him. But it's going to get to the point to where if he keeps losing, it's not going to mean anything.
Yeah,
He's
but you
got to get some wins.
but you got to keep Callis family hot because you have the international champion in Takeshita. We don't know exactly how long he's going to hold that, but you can guarantee it's going to be past full gear. And you got Kyle Fletcher, who I think is horribly underused in AEW. I think this is his time to shine.
I get that, but at the same time, in my opinion, AEW is sorely lacking on main event faces.
Yeah.
I think you have to find the right story to slot Will Ospreay in. I think him and the Callis family is tied.
But him losing to Kyle Fletcher isn't going to get him away from the Callis family and into something more, in my opinion. And like I said, who is the top babyface right now in AEW?
Swerve.
It's Orange Cassidy.
Swerve.
He's not being presented. He's off on a tangent right now. I'm talking about in the main event picture, it's Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right.
And I just
but I think the problem
I don't see him winning the title.
I think the problem with Ospreay is you have to find the right angle and the right storyline to interject him in. And naturally it comes in the form of either being part of Team AEW or he goes on this historic run against, the only person I could think of would be Takeshita, but not involve the Don Callis side of it. Or even Ricochet, who I think has no chance in hell of winning the international championship after what happened tonight.
Personally, I'd be fine with Will. Like they're bringing up a lot the fact that Will is stabbed Okada in the back. I think that's what he should be going towards.
Let him.
Finish it up with this and then go for that.
Yeah.
If they're not going to put him in the main event picture.
I say let him take the loss, give Kyle Fletcher the rub because he's going to need it because he's got to deal with Takeshita.
Yeah, and Will Ospreay can easily just recover and go on winning.
Yeah.
Next 4
Right
matches.
angle and the right storyline will make a huge difference. It justifies the amount of money in years they've invested in a guy who may not even make it another 12 months because of the way he wrestles. You know, like he wrestles hard. This guy is not going to be. I don't think this guy makes it through the end of his contract.
No, probably not.
And I love Will Ospreay. And it was
That
suck
style
to
just
see
can't
that.
hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy has to change his style of wrestling, or he is literally going to end up like.
Yeah, he's
After this year and a half we went through with Bryan Danielson of faking an injury every episode,
Yeah.
I don't even know what's real and what's a fake injury anymore.
The seizure cell.
I just don't. It's got to the point I don't believe any wrestler when they're injured anymore. Sorry, like you guys, you talk about bleeding too much. You've run that injury angle way too much.
I think you need to listen to commentary because if they go dead silent, or they're scrambling, or they're changing camera angles really fast, you know it's legit. You don't need to see the ref go like that. Like, all right, let's go to blah 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 blah. Well, let's
and Excalibur is like horrible.
Yeah.
He is absolutely terrible at
Yeah.
like going off script and improvising.
Yep.
what am I gonna do? I've never done it before.
Like you can tell that anytime that like something throws him for a loop, like he's fucked. Like he can't go off script like at all.
Yeah.
He's like me and Joe when we did our first podcast when it was just me and him.
That
He can't
was
improvise.
That one was horrible
no,
because
not
the
at all.
technology was not.
It was the worst thing in the history of podcasts. And I have no problem admitting that I was god awful.
It's like that
Well,
scene
but-
in
but-
Wayne's
but
World
the
where
problem,
Wayne
Joe,
walks off
was-
the cliff.
We couldn't get any momentum because the technology wasn't working with us either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
You
he
guys know
would
what I'm talking
disappear and I'm
about?
just like, yeah, like to me that's like my nightmare. I've tried to like just expunge that from my mind.
No, but that's how you grow.
Yeah. I mean, look at us now.
My computer, that computer that I was using before was such a piece of trash.
Yeah,
Wait,
it was like
a
this
piece of
scene.
trash. You know what's not a piece of trash? Roger
Garth
Strong.
is just left by himself in Wayne's World whenever Wayne quits in the middle
Yes.
of the show. Remember that?
Yeah, he loses all confidence. He can't.
He doesn't know what to do or what to say.
All right, let's go to our second match. Roderick Strong, Lance Archer. We get right to the shenanigans right as this match starts. It's out of the arena. It's inside the arena. It's in your face. It's in front of the handicap section. They're going crazy. My question in all the shenanigans is this: how do you backbreak a Sasquatch? That's my question. The Messiah, the backbreaker. How do you backbreak a Sasquatch? Tony Khan, call me. Let me know. I'm curious. How do you backbreak a Sasquatch? Anyways, Brian Cage shows up. United, the Undisputed
Matt Taven.
Kingdom show up. The shenanigans. Roddy jumps and knees Archer in the head. Archer falls down. And then Roderick Strong got the pin, which is understandable. He's going to go to Full Gear. He will face MJF. They reiterated it's not who gets to 3 wins first, it's who gets to 3 wins by the time of the end of this week's Dynamite. So while this is all happening, Takeshita comes in, levels out Strong, which leads. This is funny because this has been a concurrent. The second match, we talk about, bleeding in from the promo into the second match. Now we're going to bleed into the third match because Takeshita comes out, takes out Strong. Then we hear Adam Cole's music. Canada Dry, second match of the night. Your thoughts, my friend?
Tiffany's threatening to go watch this.
Don't waste your time.
I mean, it's so hard to find. It's on YouTube.
It's not worth
somewhere.
it. No, it's definitely not. But yeah.
Technology.
It was a collision, wasn't it? Oh, it was the collision before the pay-per-view.
I don't remember. It may have been. It was bad. If I never see it again, it's too soon.
It was the collision before the main event.
Yeah. But yeah, this match, it was really quick. Actually, it was over before it even started. Like,
yeah,
I was trying to throw my steak together, and I had the timer on. I was going back and forth, and I'd missed certain things. But my tater tots were done, and the match was over. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
and I'm not going to sacrifice my tater tots for Cage and Strong. Why not for the big nasty giant? What the hell's his name? Lance Archer.
Yeah,
big nasty giant. I like that.
All right, F an expert.
It was a good match for what it was. It was short. A lot of brawling out in the crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what this was. I went around backstage. I went around the crowd. Had some funny spots through the table and fans trying to touch them and everything. It's just the standard fare when you go out into the audience in a pro wrestling environment these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, Roderick Strong ends up getting the win, which I figured he would.
Yep.
And it was a solid match. I liked it.
All right, Joe.
Yeah, this was definitely like a blink and you'll miss it kind of match.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. Once again, all of it was pretty much out. Pretty sure all of it was out in the crowd. So
yeah,
I mean, to me, like that makes sense that a match would end short. You're not in the confines of the safety of the ring.
Yeah,
it's meant to be unorthodox, I guess is a good word to say for this match. So,
all right, we go right to our third match. It is Adam Cole. It is Takeshita. Here's a couple of my notes. The music kept playing for Adam Cole as they're brawling in the middle of the ring when the bell rings. So I'm assuming the DJ fell asleep, but we got an awesome boom. We got an Adam Cole, baby.
I laughed my ass off when he did his pre-match spiel in the middle of a match. I lost it.
Takeshita is a badass. I like the fact that they showed MJF. I think he's on Giggle Fritz. I'm not sure. That's the cool street drug in 21 Jump Street, but Giggle Fritz.
Giggle Fritz.
Yeah, Giggle Fritz. Or was that Brooklyn Nine-Nine? I can't remember. It was one of those two. It was either that or the movie 21 Jump Street. I don't know. Not the TV show. The movie with Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum, which is hilarious as hell. We get Roderick Strong comes back. He gets beaten up by Takeshita. We'll get to the shenanigans later. Adam Cole did not win this match. Takeshita did use the ring and did hit Adam Cole and knocked him out. And Adam Cole did not kick out of the pin, and he took it clean. He took a relatively clean pin, not necessarily in the middle of the ring, but close to it. And so the full gear match is actually only going to be MJF versus Roderick Strong, which we know somehow, some way, Adam Cole will be there. This makes me mad. And I'm going to explain why. One, because of what they did to Kyle O'Reilly comes out, and then Ricochet comes out, and Ricochet takes out Takeshita, and Takeshita runs away without the belt. Ricochet grabs the belt. Instead of focusing on Ricochet, they cut right to the middle of the ring, where Kyle O'Reilly refuses to shake hands with the Undisputed Kingdom, and he leaves.
Then why come out and save him?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like this whole, can I rant for a minute?
Go for it.
Yeah.
So
Okay, this
I
counts as your
hate-
comment, though.
I hated how Adam Cole lost this. I hate that he lost, period. Because
Yeah.
it means the last 2 weeks of him beating House of Black mean absolutely jack shit. And then you have what happens later. Like,
Yep.
as good as the wrestling was, this to me is probably the biggest hiccup of an issue I had with the booking over like the last month of AEW. I'm so confused by this. Like, why you absolutely tease a triple threat match for the Full Gear,
Yeah.
and then you say, no, we're not doing that. And then you have Kyle O'Reilly come out as the babyface to chase away people to save these two, and then he walks away looking like a douchebag because he won't fucking shake their hands. Like, the messaging is so out of whack and wrong about this. Like, I maybe one of you two can set me on the right course because I don't understand. I don't understand the point of what they did here.
Here's the
I think it's perfectly fine to understand. Like, you can't have he's chasing MJF. You can't have him get him right away. He's gonna beat the hell out of his best friend, and now it's gonna make him even angrier to chase down MJF. Kyle O'Reilly, they've been teasing this for a very, very long time, like for months and months and months. So I don't like. Eventually, he's going to rejoin, and they're going to be back together.
I listen. This is not the same Adam Cole from 3 years ago.
Yeah, that breakdown is awful.
Yeah, he looked a little bit better tonight than he has in the last couple of weeks, but my problem with is continuing this storyline about Adam Cole and MJF. When you have the opportunity to close the door, they are going to extend this who knows how long. And what is the payoff? When we last left this story, Adam Cole was going to be the ultimate heel. MJF was going to be the ultimate babyface. They pulled the trigger and said MJF is going back to being a heel. And now we're supposed to believe that all of a sudden the devil, who's been trashing and beating the hell out of the AEW wrestlers, is all of a sudden now we're supposed to forget this? And he's a good guy? Come on. Jeremy Isaacs.
Yeah, you know I'm not a fan of the babyface heel swap they did here. That's notwithstanding. I've made that clear the past couple weeks I've been on here. I do think it was an interesting choice, but it makes sense in the sense that it's like what Canada Dry said. They're going to have him beat the shit out of Roderick Strong, and Adam Cole's going to want revenge. I would assume something to the effect of either someone's going to take out the Undisputed Kingdom or their door's going to be padlocked or something like that.
Yeah.
And then MJF is just going to just mercilessly just destroy Roderick Strong to further escalate tensions with Adam Cole. And then they'll have a match, I guess, at World's End will be the next one.
And to piggyback on what you said is, and this is where he asked Kyle O'Reilly for his help to take on MJF. I think that's what they're teasing.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Do you think Kyle O'Reilly maybe screws them over and joins MJF?
No.
Don't think so?
No. I think they're going to stick Kyle.
I don't think that. I think that would be career suicide for Kyle O'Reilly.
I think they're going to stick Kyle O'Reilly in the whole AEW versus the Death Riders. I honestly believe that if this is truly going to be a reset, Kyle O'Reilly should be in a championship picture within the next 6 weeks.
That'd be great.
It'd be fantastic.
Which championship would you put on Kyle O'Reilly?
TBS or the TNT or the
TNT, I wouldn't mind. I don't want him with the TBS championship.
Kyle O'Reilly with the wig on.
Yeah. Kylina O'Reilly. I love it. Let's go
Kyla
to
O'Reilly.
Moxley in
Yeah.
the back. By God, Moxley's here with the whole crew, except for Pac. Pac's not there. Where's Pac? Why am I the only one concerned? Why are you three not concerned about where
He's
Pac
just
is?
off being a bastard.
God.
Doing
I mean, he's got
things.
bastard stuff to do.
How much do you think of being a bastard pays?
Wait. Debbie, are you wearing a Acclaim t-shirt?
Yeah.
Aren't you a little embarrassed?
No.
You know, for the longest time, I thought this was a Bret Hart shirt. But I'm like, wait a second. Bret Hart doesn't use scissors.
Trying to figure out if it could be like a shirt of the late Sid.
Yeah.
I thought maybe Brutus the Barber Beefcake. I don't know.
But anyway,
Ooh.
JFB, you asked how much does being a bastard pay?
Yeah.
I imagine he's probably a bastard for hire. So probably maybe job
No,
to job.
I mean, like, you know, I'm looking for a side hustle. Like, how much do you think I could charge an hour to be a bastard?
Little bastard.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in
45 big
Tennessee.
bucks an hour?
You got to take into account you're in Tennessee. So
Well,
Yeah.
you know, you got these weird ads that come out for like, I need a guy to step on me or,
Yeah.
you know, punch me in the nuts. Like,
Yeah.
there's people that do this. They'll pay
Oh,
you
yeah.
to do this.
yeah, they're
So
called
when you're saying
domination.
I will be your bastard, you might be asking for weird sexual.
It's interesting you say that
Deal.
because this is going to come up again later in the show. But there's a show called It's Florida Man, and it's about
This show was amazing.
They talk about the craziest crap that happens in the state of Florida. For those who don't know Florida, it's a hellscape.
It's a cesspool. Yeah.
It literally is America's penis. It should be flushed into the Atlantic
The
Ocean.
show is on Max,
Yeah, it's on
and
that.
they're true stories that they kind of
Yeah.
the
This guy
participants-
wanted to pay a guy and a girl to cut his toe off
and eat it.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
look, you know, me and my friends, we used to do Florida Man birthday. We just type in Florida Man and put in your birthday and see what the top result is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it was common to do.
There was,
Oh,
there
yeah.
was a website, I can't remember, early days in the internet, but they would have they had hashtags. So you could go through the hashtags you wanted to follow. And one of them was Florida. And it's the most like this lady who was chasing her husband with an alligator and unleashed the alligator, and the alligator hunted him down and killed him.
I got another one.
There's so many Florida Man stories that it's Florida Man TV show is going to have like 10 seasons.
At least.
Dude, I've read one. This lady went through a drive-through and threw an alligator into the restaurant.
There you go.
It's Florida.
You know how
man.
many people get pulled over in the state of Florida while intoxicated while driving a tractor like a lawnmower? Way more than you think, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking hundreds.
It happens all the time because they think, oh, this is a mower. It's not a car, but it's got a battery. It's got a motor.
Yeah.
And to be clear, we're mostly talking about middle Florida. Like,
Yeah.
You know, we're not, the coast is okay usually.
Miami.
It's like when you get to the middle
Miami's
part,
really good.
Miami's a little different.
Miami has
yeah,
its own world with its own problem.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I like the
they based
panhandle.
Grand Theft Auto on that city.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the
Oakland,
panhandle. I like
Florida, that's what we're
Destin.
talking about.
Destin, Panama City Beach. I like them. Yeah. Saw the last Nitro, by the way.
Huh?
I think
Yeah.
there was a woman who was arrested for driving her golf cart down the highway. She was legally blind.
Yeah. I bet you it's in Florida.
That's crazy.
Renee's in the back with Lashley. By God. Before Lashley can even utter a word, MVP grabs the microphone and he velvetly spews coming out. He is going to be the spokesperson for Bobby Lashley. The one thing that's crippling for Bobby Lashley is cuts promos like he's got a sack of marbles in his mouth. You can't do it. No, you can't do that, Bobby Lashley. But you got an MVP, and that's a good thing.
I want to hear a little bit of Lashley.
We heard a little bit. We heard just enough.
I know they need to give us a little bit more because he can say simple things like everybody loves the Acclaimed or something like that. You know.
Oh God, Mr. Isaacs, you have any thoughts?
I really like seeing these guys here. I really do. I'm still high on these guys. I want to see where they're going with this, and I like I said, I think this has legitimacy.
Yeah.
You know, they've got a bunch of kind of smaller looking guys in AEW. They need some big badass looking guys like Bobby and Shelton.
Yeah.
And MVP is so great on the microphone.
Yeah.
That I'm really, really glad they have these guys on the show.
I agree. Joe.
Yeah, like MVP. Like I love listening to him talk. Like he's so good at, like, that's probably what he's best at, because it isn't his wrestling, that's for sure. And
You remember his one-upmanship with Matt Hardy when they were doing that?
yeah, I remember that. It was okay. What I can't believe is that MVP was the first ever new IWGP Intercontinental Champion. That boggles my mind.
Yeah, he was on the very first Wrestle Kingdom, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But listen, does that belt really matter? It's just defunct now.
It absolutely did. It was on par with the IWGP World Heavyweight title, because Shinsuke Nakamura made that title mean something.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, Andrew, you're going to be cast off the show for about 5 minutes.
Todd freaking McNasty. Do you want to step outside?
Todd
You
McNasty.
want to step outside?
I'll fight you. I'll fight
Starting
you.
to look a bit nasty in here, guys.
But yeah, I really can't wait to see Lashley and Swerve at the pay-per-view.
We'll talk about that shortly too, as well.
Yeah.
You know who got the crap beaten out of him today, and I'm sure he wasn't expecting it because he had a match tonight? JD Drake comes rolling out of the back. Claudio is following
You
behind.
know what would have been better if they would have had this on the bill?
Yeah.
JD Drake in action.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that would have been perfect. But anyways,
Like,
as
wait.
Moxley's coming out, Shafir's. Okay, that's my dog. I don't know what the hell that was.
That was an interesting noise.
It's so weird. You're right.
Very interesting.
Is he haunting you?
I don't know.
I'm wondering how your background just permanently changed to mauve.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can change it to anything I want.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It just like out of nowhere, like his background just changed to that.
I'm
And
gonna
stayed
go
that way.
this. Might go there.
You should change the background to how you feel about each segment.
Oh yeah. Okay, well, let's talk about this segment. Claudio comes out. He's beating the hell out of Drake. I'm a little gray about it. They
This
start
is
off
good.
using a fellow cameraman. I do not like that. Where's Red? I don't like that. As a fellow cameraman, I don't appreciate you bossing us around. But you know what? That's how Moxley works. And Moxley comes out, and everything changes.
It's so sunny.
Yeah, very sunny. He paints a very beautiful picture of what AEW is eventually going to look like. Have you seen Mad Max? It's like a feel-good home movie. It's really good. You know, he talks about he's been thinking of Orange Cassidy. He wants to make an example of Orange Cassidy. And then Orange comes out with a couple of his friends, namely Rocky Romero. I don't know why. And then who's the other guy that came out?
Mark Briscoe.
Oh, Briscoe. That's right. Sorry.
Who the hell's that toothless idiot?
So there's some shenanigans, and then they leave. And then as they're going through the crowd, the Death Riders, this guy in a black hoodie and a purple mask jumps off of the, and for one brief second, I'm like, that guy is an idiot. First, you're going to plancha onto these guys, and then you're going to go ahead and do it to John Moxley, who notoriously is known to have beaten up fans who have jumped over the railing. Oh, good Lord. But it wasn't. It was Darby Allin. He got his hands on them.
No, he's still no, you're right. He's still an idiot.
Yeah, he's
And
still
it's jump 4-on-1. I mean,
it's just Darby. So, yeah, you know what? Ken and Dry, your thoughts on this?
I love this is setting up a big match between Darby Allin and Castagnoli.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this Castagnoli and Darby. Like, this is going to be a great match.
Yeah.
The next week on Dynamite, I think, right?
Yeah. Correct. Have an expert.
Yeah, I thought this was a pretty good segment. I don't know why JD Drake was involved in this whenever he's like a heel.
Yeah.
Like he's like a low card heel. It just seems so random. It didn't make much sense. It would have made more of an impact if it'd been like an actual like baby face who's on the show a lot.
You're missing it, You're missing the point, Mr. Isaacs. The Death Riders are like, we're tired of these people being complacent, and you're in the same spot you've been for 5 years.
Yep.
That's what they did to Private Party. That's what they've done to everyone else. So it makes sense that they're going after these low card guys who don't want to move up.
Yeah. There you go. Ding, ding, ding.
So,
And who's that? Brandon Cutler. They did that too as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
but JD Drake though, like this guy shows up on Collision like once a month.
But it reminded me of a little bit NWO just picking on the low card guys, bullying the low card guys.
Yeah. Well, at least those were luchadors. Like this looked like a guy who was like changing a tire out back or something.
Well, I thought what was interesting
Hey,
was
look, NWO's beating up Silver King again.
I think what was cool about Darby is that when we went to the back, we see them trying to leave in the truck without Wheeler Yuta, by the way. Darby comes darting out of nowhere. He gets basically JD Drake has a family.
You son of a bitch.
He's got kids,
Yeah,
man. He's got kids.
He's Slater
Look at
2.0.
this Marty. Marty's coming on here to tell us.
I love it, man. I love Marty. I love me some Marty. Marty.
Marty.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I mean, do we want to add anything to this?
Yes,
Joe?
I do. I want to say a couple of things. For one, I think that John Moxley does his best promo work when he's telling you how something's going to end without directly saying it.
Yeah.
And you can tell. He made a lot of references tonight about pawns and sacrifices. And they were clearly ready to sacrifice Wheeler Yuta because they were going to drive off without him.
Oh, yeah.
And I think my favorite thing is when Orange Cassidy's at the top of the ramp sitting there saying, I'm gonna defeat the pawn that let me takes the king, and Wheeler's like, I'm no one's pawn, and Castagnoli's like, shut up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Like
That's what yes, you are.
And then another thing, did you all notice how right before Darby jumped on them, they framed Claudio and it just said the bar right above him?
Yeah. Yeah. The bar.
I thought about it in terms of John Moxley, who's sober now, like walking into a sign that said the bar.
Yeah.
I was like, boy, this is a strange coincidence.
Yeah, well, you know, inappropriate drinking, that's going to come up a little bit later too as well.
And I love Darby Allin, by the way.
Yeah.
Like that was just, I just fucking love Darby. Like out of all the AEW homegrowns,
yeah,
Darby is the one who's by far the best.
Yeah.
Like
definitely
he's
the
way
most,
above all the other ones.
He's the most interesting, that is for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And like he's the only one I would take of like their homegrowns.
Yeah.
He's the only one.
Yeah.
Do you not consider
maybe you should have
MJF
took him
a
instead
homegrown?
of that Joker on WWE that you took.
Now, what'd you say, Joe?
You don't consider MJF a homegrown?
No, because he was in MLW with that same gimmick
Yeah, he was pretty big.
for quite a while. Yeah.
All right. We get a recap of the Learning Tree and Conglomeration match. We get Renee in the back with the Learning Tree. Jericho talks about how he's going to usher in a new era into the Ring of Honor Championship, just like Jay Briscoe. Kind of a nice slide, because I know we're not going to hear the end of it, but Ishii wants a match. You know what? Jericho's going to give it to him. 2 weeks in Chicago. We will be witnessing a Ring of Honor World Championship match on Dynamite between two guys on Dynamite.
So do you think we're getting closer to an ROH TV deal, and that's why they're doing this? The rumors are they're getting one. Then why put that? There's no reason to put the title on Jericho then. Like, get him off my TV then. Put him on ROH. Get out of here.
Yeah. Everything that I've heard is that if it's gonna be a show, it's gonna be on Max. So it's going to be behind a paywall. Because it's just, I mean, they're not doing anything with it. That's like WWE. That's like WWE buying whoever, and then just like they've done before, where they just buy a promotion.
Evolve.
Yeah, I'm bored with it.
Yeah,
With
and they've
Evolve and
not
all those
evolved
little
and do anything
indies.
with it.
Yeah, like Ring of Honor deserves justice. Hashtag justice for Ring of Honor. Anyways, we go to our fourth match. It's Britt's Penelope. Here's you know what? This made me mad as well. This made me
Hey,
furious.
change your color.
Oh yeah. I am highly pissed off right
I
now.
can tell.
Oh, I am so angry. Last week, you had Penelope Ford against Jamie Hayter. And last week, you gave the opportunity for Penelope Ford to look amazing. This is a woman who 3 years ago, I have said 3 years ago, should not be in a wrestling ring. This woman has gone leaps and bounds and has become awesome. You put her in the ring with Britt Baker, and what happens? Britt Baker doesn't belong in AEW. You guys don't know what to do with her. You don't know. She has no direction. She has no clear path as to where she's going to go and what she's going to do next. Her style of wrestling is best used at WWE.
So you know what they're doing with her?
Huh?
You know what they're doing with her? They're sticking the best wrestler in the company with her.
Yeah.
Maybe teach her some things. I don't know. I don't
Do
think
something. Because Serena
Just-
Deeb shows up, which makes
Yeah.
which doesn't really make sense because she beat Serena Deeb. So it doesn't make sense to bring her out. If that's the direction you're going to go into, I don't care. I don't care. Serena Deeb deserves way more than what you're giving her, and Britt Baker deserves less of what you're giving her. She's off TV for months with a medical condition. I'm sorry. It sucks. I'm glad you're better. I'm glad you faced it. Then she's on for a couple matches. Then she's gone for a couple weeks. Then she's got a match. Then she's gone for 3 weeks. Now she's back again. And they're talking about medical issues. I don't care. She can't wrestle. And she looks like she could give a shit if she's there or not. All right, Cannon, bring it home.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Britt Baker, they're not focusing on, like, they were heavily focusing on her character before.
Yeah.
And that was taking a bit of the they're allowing her to shine as a star by being on the mic. But when you're not giving her the mic and she's not a heel.
Yeah.
What is she?
Exactly.
A bad wrestler.
Yeah.
And Penelope Ford, God bless her heart, she did well, but
yeah,
you can't, when you're not wrestling with a good wrestler, it's hard.
It is.
Like you can't turn chicken shit into steak.
Yeah, you can't. Jeremy Isaacs, your turn.
Well, that would involve changing the animal from chicken to a cow, which would be very hard to do.
Well, yeah,
So
it's
I'd
even
have to
harder
do
than
that,
chicken
yeah.
shit and chicken
Yeah,
chicken
you
salad, right?
can't. I've tried it in my basement. It doesn't work.
Like you can pretend it's chicken salad, but you cannot pretend chicken shit is a steak.
No.
True. You can maybe make it look like a steak.
Yeah, it's kind
Tell
of.
me more.
This, yeah, I agree with you guys. I don't think Britt Baker's a very good wrestler.
Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, I think she's a very WWE diva era style wrestler.
What's the name that we should give her?
Britt Bella.
Yeah, Britt Bella.
Call her that.
She needs to find her own Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just not
She had
great.
it.
And you hear about her having these backstage issues and stuff ever so often, and it's like she doesn't have the skill to back that up. And I just don't see much in her now. I really don't. Like, and she does kind of look like that, she just doesn't care. She's not cutting promos, which at least was kind of her strong suit before. She's literally just wrestling badly. I don't know if am I the only one that called it? It looked like they horribly screwed up the finish to that match.
Yeah.
Like they were so confused about placement and like poor Penelope like was starting to tap out before they even like put the move on. And like I think she which I would say is probably Britt Baker's fault. She probably didn't transition quick enough. And Penelope's like, well, what the fuck am I going to do? I guess I'm going to go ahead and tap, and get out of this. But this was just not good.
Yeah.
It's not good. Penelope's a much better wrestler than her. And I think, I'm going to be honest, I think Britt's days are numbered. I really do. The crowd response was tepid for her.
Yeah.
I just don't think she has much left.
Yeah.
I really don't.
And props on Penelope Ford for the way she sold it. She's screaming bloody murder at the end.
Oh, yeah, she did great. I have no issue with her performance in this match. I thought she did fantastic.
Yeah, like she's trying to save it.
Yeah.
She's screaming bloody murder when she grabs that on. Like that was I was impressed with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Joe.
I say this with all the love and respect to our good friend Lord Ryan Rich, but to me, it is painfully obvious that Britt Baker is outclassed by the rest of this women's division here in AEW. Yep. I like you said, I don't know if she's not fully healthy, if she has some kind of issue going on. She doesn't look like she cares or that she wants to be there.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. And I feel bad saying this about her because I really wanted to be a fan of hers.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get into her matches.
Yeah.
Like that thing when she got up into the corner and was doing her DMD chant. One, the fans did not respond to her at all.
Mm-mm.
But the fans didn't respond to much of Michelle, let's be honest.
Yeah. And on top of that, Penelope sneaks out, goes to knock her off, and she just sells it so awkwardly. I'm like, it's just hard to get into her matches.
Yep.
It's too bad Rich isn't here because I would like to know how he would defend this.
Yeah. Renee's in the back with Mina Shirakawa. For some reason, Harley Cameron comes in and they go on a breast off.
The breast there is, the breast there was, and the breast there ever will be.
Here's my problem. Your whole slogan in AEW is this is where the best wrestle. I've seen Harley Cameron wrestle, and trust me when I say she is not the best wrestler. She can barely wrestle. She's got a very unique look. She's very pretty, and that's what she's got going for her. Mina Shirakawa is probably one of the great wrestlers that is wrestling today. I would put her in the top 3. You're going to saddle her up with Harley Cameron on Collision. It's not going to sell. I'm not going to watch Collision just because of this. I don't feel like I'm going to miss anything.
Spite. I like it.
I'm going to do it out of spite because that's how the JFP works. Who wants to add to this misery?
JFP, I want to take a different.
I just want to be your counsel for a second here.
Yeah.
You know what happened to Jerry Seinfeld when he tried to return the jacket out of spite?
Yeah.
He got saddled with the jacket.
Yeah.
Because you can't list spite as a reason.
Okay.
So don't be spiteful. Don't be spiteful.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really becoming a fan of Harley Cameron. Like, I love her character work. I love her just going bonkers like that. Honestly, she's my kind of girl. Like, I just find her personality just bonkers, and I'd have a few beers with her.
Do we really need 30 seconds of wrestling?
Oh, yeah, we do.
It was the only interesting part of the segment, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say.
What do you think about Harley Cameron?
Harley Cameron is a gem. I don't want to I'm tired of the bad talking on Harley Cameron. She is taking what she does and she is run with it. And to me, she nails it every time.
And this girl could sing. And rap.
Didn't she rap too?
Yeah, she's a talented woman.
I think she's a good character. I'm not sure she's a great wrestler.
No, I don't think she's there yet. I think she's got lots of room to grow.
You know what she kind of reminds me of? Like Alana. Like Lana was a great character, but a horrible wrestler.
Oh yes, absolutely. 100%.
Like I kind of see.
I think she's already surpassed Lana.
Well, I don't know about that, but I think Harley Cameron is kind of in that same vein where she's more of a character than a wrestler.
I mean, yeah, but like when she gets in there with the good wrestlers, she's slowly coming along and she's starting to be able to hold her own. I'm not saying she's ever going to be, or that she's at the point to where she could go out there, call a match, and make a match good, but she's capable of holding up her end of the bargain.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Like she's not making a match look bad.
Maybe
looks like an AFW building on the side of the AFW headquarters.
Yeah.
I'm legitimately at AFW headquarters because I gotta meet with Helen after this. Speaking of which, before we get any further, what's in the flower shop tonight?
The flower shop has some flowers in it. And maybe some water, some that stuff that fertilizes the flowers. Yeah, we got some of that. What do you guys think we should do? Is there anything special you guys want to talk about?
Best Christmas gift you ever got?
Okay, I'm down with this.
Best one you ever got?
Yeah, I like it.
When doesn't matter how old you were. Best Christmas present.
We're heading down the Christmas trail, so
yeah.
Maybe we'll think of something else Christmas next week too. The road to Christmas.
All right. So we go to Swerve versus Leo Rush, or as I call him, the sacrificial lamb. Here's the match was what it needed to be. The match was really good. We'll get into the shenanigans in a second. I have an idea for Prince Nana, and it goes a little something like this.
So coffee?
No. He sells his managerial skills. He will follow you for the day. He'll pound on the desk. Yeah, that's how you send that email. Whose house? James's house. I'm just saying, like, talk about morale boosting for you. Like, yeah, that's how you close out the quarter. Woo! Whose house? Canada Dry.
What are those like young kids? They're working in the burger joint. No one makes fries up, flips a burger like this guy. You know, yeah, flip that burger, buddy.
So, anyways, so Swerve gets the win. He gets the mic, and I don't know what happened, but Swerve, I'm watching Collision because of something about that.
I agree. Like
it's a very titillating matchup.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I can't watch it.
You don't find that match titillating?
Because someone's pussy whipped.
I find that it feels like Vince is booking it. Like, let's not worry about how good they are. Let's worry about their breasts. Like, come on. This is where the best wrestle? No.
Excalibur's going to call.
Don't worry. Jessica gets the message, JP. You're good.
It's where the breast wrestle, okay? Get it right. Yes.
Tiffany, we know you're not Tiffany, sir. Jessica, we know that you're watching, and JP is a good boy. He's not interested in this. We're good. We're good, Jessica.
What a feminist looks like. Just letting you know.
I can tell when you wear that Acclaim shirt.
Yeah. So, anyways, Swerve gets the microphone and he says, "You know what? I don't want to wait to full gear. Why don't you come out and face me here in Stamford, Connecticut?" As we notated about 2 hours ago at the beginning of the show, it was Bridgeport. The fans went nuts. This is Bridgeport.
I think it was on purpose.
The best part is that he no-sold it. He didn't even acknowledge the fans. He just kept going about doing his thing.
I definitely don't think that was on purpose. No. He didn't pull a Hulk Hogan Silverdome, Superdome fiasco.
So,
no, not on
MVP
purpose.
comes out, Lashley comes out, Shelton Benjamin comes out, beats the hell out of Swerve. They come in, Lashley beats basically it was a very much similar recap of what happened last time these two faced. They beat the crap out of Swerve Strickland. And they missed the opportunity. MVP missed the opportunity to grab the mic really quickly and say, we're in Bridgeport, and throw it down.
That would have been funny. Yeah. It would have got a pop.
Yeah. Canada Dry. Take it home, brother.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this segment. I love Swerve and this is the Swerve match, right?
Yeah,
Swerve and Leo.
Yeah, this thing killed.
Yeah.
Already, the man of the hour is being elevated. He comes out in this Seth Rollins type jacket.
Yep.
He already feels like a bigger star.
Yeah.
Leo Rush is and wrestling it with Swerve.
Yeah.
Is already elevating you. And like you can already see the influence of Jimmy Jacobs being fired and Leo Rush getting an elevation here.
Yeah.
The little subtle little things after the match, and Bobby Lashley and them all coming, beating the shit out of him. Afterwards, you see Leo Rush in the background just standing there.
Oh, see, I didn't see him.
Yeah, he was just like a little Easter egg, just standing in the background.
He was in the corner of the guardrail, just watching everything unfold.
Yeah, just
for me, the lost opportunity was this should have happened during the Leo Rush match. There was a DQ, and then them saying to take the pin him. You have him down. You know.
No, I could bear to see that.
Okay.
I think that hurts Swerve a lot, especially if he's going to lose to Bobby.
Yeah. Which he very well
which I'm not sure yet. So
yeah.
They just put on a great show tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Who didn't go? Oh, Mr. Isaacs.
Yeah, this was a great match. I really enjoyed it a lot. Of course, I love both of these guys.
Yeah.
Leo Rush is fantastic. I know I've sung his praises on here before. I'm a big fan of him.
Yeah.
And again, he's another comeback story where he had a lot of anxiety that caused him to kind of abruptly retire from wrestling, and then he's come back now, and I just love watching him. He's fantastic. He's got the selling and the psychology, but he's got the high flying moves, and he looks like he never blows a spot.
Yeah.
And Swerve obviously is great. One of my absolute favorites. Both of these guys are two of my favorites. The Hurt Syndicate's some of my favorites. It's like all my favorites were involved in this match.
Yeah.
And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope Leo Rush joins the Hurt Syndicate, which I think he probably is.
Yeah.
And I like it.
You know what? I almost think he's a Black Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. He is. He very much is, yeah. Joe.
But yeah, to piggyback off of Mr. Isaacs, not only has Leo Rush got all of his out of wrestling things squared away, I'm glad that him and Tony Khan were able to patch up their whole dispute, whatever you want to call it. But this match was fun. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I've always been a fan of Leo Rush. I'm glad that he's finally getting that shine on TV, not where he's running around at another company's doing dumb stuff. Like he's a focus, which is great. And I'm curious as to if at all, if Swerve is going to have anyone to have his back.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I think who you'll see will be people who are going to turn their back to the Hurt Syndicate, and that's going to be like the Acclaimed or like Private Party or whoever. Whoever got a card, they got to pick or choose at this point. But I think
black that doesn't join them.
Yeah, but I think the problem is you can't make the faction too big or the storyline too verbose because you have the AEW versus Moxley. Yeah, like that's going to be the major storyline, especially with the Bucks not being there. That's just going to add fuel to the fire. Yeah. So I think getting Swerve into a too big of a story that's going to last too long, because you know you can have those two competing stories and that's great, but essentially one's got to fizzle and it's going to be cannibalized by the other one, and then you're going to wonder what the hell happened. So,
well, the problem is it's like it's Swerve against this whole faction. So does he get back up, or what's
I think he will.
Or is he just going to be the lone wolf here against them?
I don't know. We'll see. We're going to find out sooner than later. That's for damn sure. Let's go to Renee. She's in the back with Jamie Hayter, and Jamie Hayter's getting ready to tell everybody where she's getting ready to go next. And then we get a reintroduction to Julia Hart. I got to say that it was really cool. It was really well done. It wasn't scary. It didn't make me go, ooh, like it. I think it tried too hard to be like Bray Wyatt or the Wyatt Six, which is fine. You know, you got to do it. But we got Julie Hart coming back, and it looks like she's going to get into shenanigans with Jamie Hayter.
Question for you, JFB. Did you see the first vignette for Julia Hart?
No.
You gotta watch it.
Okay, I'll watch that one.
I'm not saying it's spooky, but it'll make more sense.
Okay. Who wants to hypothesize about?
I'll let Joe go since he was already talking.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so this Julia Hart segment, like I loved this. Like it builds off the first one, like, and with her getting the bow and the arrow from the first one, like it feels like we got some like Marvel MCU timeline shenanigans going on.
Yeah,
you all know I love that. So I'm curious as to. I mean, obviously she's coming back as House of Black, but I'm curious if there's going to be a tweak to her character. Is she going to be more sadistic? Is she going to be? I don't know. We'll wait and see.
Obviously, she's playing like a Cupid character where she's going to go around making people fall in love.
Maybe she's going to bring out real arrows and shoot people.
Now, yes.
I mean, hey, they did in the movie. Let's talk about Kevin. So,
up yours, Damian Priest. I'm using real arrows. Just come out and shoot somebody through the heart.
Julia Hart.
The Julia Hart. Yeah.
So let's go to our main event. We got House of Black. Well, not really House of Black. It's the Kings of the Black Throne taking on an FTR. You know, I think the problem that I had was going into this match is I'm like, oh shit, it's going to be FTR. And for the most part, it looked like FTR was going to get the win. And Lord and behold, they give it the House of Black. So we're talking about this hard reset. This was a shocker. I didn't predict this week. I totally freaking forgot because I've been sick. But, you know, the problem is I don't think I would have predicted this, how it ended. I think I would have taken FTR because that's how Tony Khan likes to book, which is nothing wrong. I love FTR.
Yep.
But House of Black needs something. You know, you got two guys signed long term, and you got one guy that's kind of teetering. Nobody knows where this guy's going to go. You got to give them something. You got to give them something. And I think we might see it may end at Full Gear, which sucks, but we get an opportunity and we get a chance to see House of Black possibly get a good run at the tag team belts, which I think is fantastic, and that's how it should have been. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the main event?
I have a hard time seeing. It would be such a tainted thing if Private Party lost their tag titles like that.
Yeah,
like it would make them look weak, and they'd go right back to being a nobody team. So they need a bit of a run here. I like that the House of Black, they're going to be in the pay-per-view, and FTR is not.
Yeah,
and the Outrunners are going to get maybe interfered with.
Yeah,
or maybe they'll make it, and FTR is jealous.
Yeah,
this is how we're getting the evil FTR.
Oh yeah, I said this in our group chat. I was like, and I didn't do this because I was like, FTR should lose this match.
Yeah.
And then turn on the Outrunners at Full Gear. But in predictions, I couldn't pull the trigger and I chose FTR and I'm so mad.
Yeah.
You're out on a limb, so I don't blame you.
Yeah, I had my confidence points. Number 1, Adam Cole. Number 2, FTR. So
Ouch.
I'm completely fucked. Yeah.
Oh.
Who has a card? Mr. Isaacs?
Yeah, I thought this was a really, really good match. Obviously, you guys know I love FTR. I also love House of Black. That's like some of my favorite guys here. I very, very was shocked that House of Black won, but it makes sense. Because I don't think they wanted to pull the trigger yet on FTR and Private Party. I'm not sure they're having FTR turn heel here. I just don't think they want to job FTR to Private Party, but they don't want to put them over Private Party right now either.
Yeah.
So I think Private Party is going to go in against House of Black, and they're going to retain, and they'll move on to somebody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a really good match, though. I mean, I love these two teams. I love everyone involved. I thought it was cool that Private Party had their own little VIP area in the middle between the two ramps.
Yeah.
Now that the Bucks aren't there.
Yeah, I thought it was really in poor taste that Dax, yeah. No, the guy without the bald head.
That's Cash.
Cash has hair, Dax is bald.
Took a sip of champagne. This is a man who's got a DUI hanging over his head. You're going to go ahead and start chugging wine. I mean, maybe he's not
probably not even real alcohol.
Hey, man.
I said this. I was like, I didn't take Dax as a champagne kind of guy.
Yeah.
But what I was going to ask Mr. Isaacs, do you think that oh shit, what was I going to say? Totally brain fart all of a sudden. Anyways, go ahead. If I remember it, I'll ask you.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much all my comment. I thought it was an incredible match. Very surprised by the outcome, but it was a good match. Yeah. And I don't know where FTR is going to go from here, but House of Black's going to go on. They're going to job the Private Party, and they're going to put on a good match. And yeah,
see, they don't necessarily have to job the Private Party. It's a 4-way. There's 2 other teams. It's them, it's Private Party, Outrunners, House of Black, and then either LFI or the Acclaimed.
I think.
Now I remember what I was going to say, Jeremy.
Yeah.
So if the House of Black beat all these teams and become tag team champions, do you think we'd see the Freebird rule implemented?
Well, 1, I don't think there's any chance of that happening, but 2, yes, I do. I think if House of Black ever did become tag champs, I think they would have the Freebird rule.
I think it would be so cool with that.
They can't do that, though.
Unfortunately, you can't call it.
They've already laid the ground rule. They stripped the trios champs. They can't do it with the tag. Like, that would be so against what they've laid down is booking.
Well, they couldn't call it the Freebird rule. Anyway.
No, you wouldn't call it that. You would call it the House of Black rule.
Yeah.
But no, you can't, though, because they literally stripped the Bang Bang Gang of the trios titles because they wanted to sub someone in. So they can't.
You can work it into the story. Come on.
Every trio team that ends up with a tag championship does this. New Day did it. I mean, they all do it.
I mean, yeah, but in WWE, they never specifically said, "Oh, we're stripping you of the titles because you can't injure." They've
Remember Wolfpack rules?
Yeah.
Where 6 would sub in for Hall and Nash sometimes and wrestle. Yeah.
I don't think they have to follow that one rule because of the trios title decision by Daniels.
Yeah.
He was speaking on behalf of Tony Khan.
Yeah.
Well, tell Tony Khan that we'll give him an extra pot of coffee if he lets them use the Freebird rule.
That's the last thing he needs is another pot of coffee.
Then he'll come out, I decided that I'm going to allow the Freebird rule.
Which includes Julia Hart and her bow and arrow. It's just shoot you in the ass.
What do you think of the match, Joe?
Oh, I love this match, and I love how it ended.
Yeah.
Just have Brody King choking out Dax in the middle of the ring. Like, that was awesome. Like, and I, once again, mainly because I didn't think Tony Khan would do this.
Yeah.
Like, because I could have, like, I think the greatest thing about this little mini tournament they're doing is there's been so many different storytelling elements that who either one of these teams in all three of these matches can win, and it would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, we got 10 minutes here to finish up the show.
All right. That's it. We're at the end of the show.
Yeah, we're at the end.
Let's go ahead and go to the flower shop. Of course, the flower shop is brought to you by Adrian Adonis's Flower Shop. How do you get these t-shirts? Show your appreciation for the man, the myth, the legend. There's only one way to do it. It's go to prowrestlingtees.com/Adrian Adonis, where you can get all of your Adrian Adonis.
You know what, JB? You know what shirt we really need in the Adrian Adonis store?
What's that?
The flower shop.
Yeah, we do need to
Flower
go.
shop.
We need a flower shop.
Today, segment, match, number of bells, and the greatest Christmas gift you ever got. Ken and Dry, you go first.
I'm going to go with Swerve and Leo Rush. I really enjoyed this match.
Yeah.
And I love that it elevated Leo Rush. I love his ugly jacket. My favorite segment of this show. I'm gonna go with the Swerve beatdown afterwards.
Okay.
And just forcing Prince Nana to watch. My greatest Christmas gift I ever got. It's always got to go back to childhood. So I'm going to go with my Generation 1 Transformer Metroplex, the one, the giant base.
Yeah. All right.
And I'm giving this show, I really enjoyed the show. I'm giving this a 3.75.
Okay. All right. F an expert.
Yeah, for me, match of the night's going to be the tag title or not tag title, but the tag team main event.
Yeah.
Segment of the night, I think I'm going to go with the Hurt Syndicate backstage with Renee.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good. Favorite Christmas gift, I'm going to go with when I got the Nintendo 64.
Yes.
That really stood out in my mind as soon as you said that as this concept.
Yeah.
Which was fantastic. And my bell rating for the night, I'm going to give it 2.75.
Oh.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's a low one for you.
All right, Joe, bring it home.
Okay, my match of the night is the main event tag match. Loved it. My segment is the whole Death Rider segment.
Yeah.
So not the damn in the mood, but like I had shitty Christmases as a kid.
Yeah.
So I want to bring it forward to something I got as an adult. But my mother-in-law, who I've known longer than I haven't known her, she got me framed cells from the original Iron Man movie, like the reel. It was cut off, so I have like actual image from the original Iron Man film that was shown in movie theaters.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like I know I complained a lot, but it didn't really dampen my enjoyment of this show. So like I'm a Canada Dry. I'm going 3.75. Like it got me excited for a couple matches for Full Gear.
Yeah.
And the flow of the show, like it felt like it just went. It didn't really feel stop and go-ish to me.
Yeah. It's time for me. Lights, camera, JFB.
Oh yeah, baby.
Favorite match. I'm gonna go with I think favorite match is gonna be the tag match, the main event. I thought it was brilliant. I loved the fact that they gave the road to House of Black. Get some new blood, new fresh people into the tag team division. Favorite segment. I'm gonna go with with Ospreay. I thought it was really well done. I think they really established that this is a must-see match. I'm more excited to see this match than I am right now to see the main event, which is going to be Moxley versus Orange Cassidy. Favorite Christmas. So, being a filmmaker is not, I'm not a millionaire, not by any stretch of the imagination, but, being a filmmaker is feast and famine. I had a very good friend. I've known her for, going on almost 22 years. And we both decided we were going to do Christmas gifts for each other because we were on set and we weren't going to be able to fly home because we were shooting the 26th. So I said, well, let's celebrate Christmas. We didn't have a lot of money. So I said, just be creative. So she made me this little tree that she bought and little Superman figures all around it, and the star looked like the spaceship that Superman came in the original Superman movie. It was that big one, and I bawled my eyes out, because I know
you still have this tree and these Superman things.
I still have it. Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's at my mom and dad's house, but I mean, it was really amazing because there was love and thought put into it rather than. Hey, I know you like Apple here, blah, 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 and that's like the gift giving that me and Jess do all the time. We do sentimental gifts more than anything else. So I'm going to give it a 3.5. I'm going to be honest with you. This show sucked. I mean, it really sucked. I mean, it flowed horribly. You done pissed me off multiple times. Come on.
3.5 is a sucky show.
Yeah. I mean, if this was a go home show, it'd be way lower.
I was gonna say, I usually for the last couple of months, the second to last show has usually been a banger episode.
Yeah.
And then the go home and leaves a little wanting. So maybe they.
All right. So what's our?
Yeah, what's the cumulative?
3.4375.
Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
All right. All the links are down below. Click. It sends you right to everything that we do. On behalf of Canada Dry, on behalf of the FN expert, Mr. Isaacs, on behalf of Commissioner Joe, I am the JFB.
Raise your fist in the air, put the devil in the sharpshooter, and just keep fighting.
Woohoo!
You know what?
This has been an effing worldwide media production.
Thinking outro. We got 3 minutes left, so I'm gonna keep talking with this Mexican accent.
You can find us on all social media platforms,
Got written in English,
like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.